Hi and welcome to the next episode in the series Exponential Economy. Today we will be talking about Matcalfes Law. See you in the next part. What's the Matcalfes Law and where does it come from? Before I explain it to you, I encourage you to subscribe to my newsletter. You will find the link below this video because YouTube doesn't notify you about the new videos, new films, and maybe live events. You can, of course, subscribe to YouTube, to this channel, but generally not every film you will be notified about. If you want to get notified about every film on this channel and any live event, maybe interviews with me, some articles by me, about me, I encourage you to register, to subscribe to the newsletter. Now let's come to the main topic. Matcalfes Law comes from the name of Robert Metcalfe, who is the inventor of Ethernet, meaning the local network technology. It is attributed to Robert Metcalfe, but it was actually conceived by George Gilder, who told Robert about this phenomenon. And what is this law about? It says that the effect of a communication network or any telecommunication system is proportional to the square of its nodes or of its users. Why is it this way? Because it is proportional to the number of possible connections. If you take a network, let's say, of n nodes or of n users, then you have n times n minus 2 divided by 2 possible connections, and this asymptotically goes towards n square. Let's take an example. If you have just one fax machine, then it is completely useless. You can't send a facsimile to anybody. If you have two nodes, two users with fax machines, then you have one connection. You can send some fax, but it is of course of very limited usage. But if you have, let's say, 4 fax machines, then you have already 4 times 3 divided by 2, you have already 6 possible connections. And the more users you have in that network, the more nodes, the more machines you have in that network, the more impactful that network is, and of course the more valuable. And why is it important that it is n square and not n? Because if you double the size of the network, meaning you double the number of members, of the users of that network, then the impact, the usefulness, the effect of that network not just doubles, it quadruples, it increases fourfold. And it has major implications in valuation of technologies and maybe of services. It is one of the so-called network effects, one of the major network effects. And of course, it applies to any communication network like internet, like social media networks, telecoms, like mobile phones networks. This relationship between the size and an impact of a network has been proven for Facebook and for the Chinese social network Tencent already. And in 2018, Timothy Peterson applied Matcalfes Law to Bitcoin, and he could show that Matcalfes Law determines over 70% of Bitcoin's value. I invite you to a discussion below in the comments about Matcalfes Law, about other examples of that, and also how it applies to the valuation of Bitcoin. I hope you could learn something in that video. Give me a thumb up if yes, thumb down of course if not. Subscribe if you haven't, but first of all subscribe to the newsletter. You'll find the link below this video. so that you will be notified about any new films on that channel, about live events, articles about me or by me, and maybe interviews with me. Share this video with your loved ones, with your friends. One day they will thank you for that. I talk here a lot about economy, about money, about cryptocurrencies. I talk about doing great, impossible things in your life and business. And I talk here about the best entrepreneurs in our world, about the self-made billionaires, how they think and act. So if you like that video, you will certainly like my other videos. I invite you to watch them. That's it for today. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.